let's just jump right in with what you're here for, hopefully, is our video marketing playbook for 2019. And we'll be walking you through the whole thing today. Now, I break it down into 3 parts or 3 steps here. So we're going to go through this whole overview. I have the first step here. You'll have a planning worksheet, and I'll walk you through the actual technology I'm going to be using to run this campaign or play here in 2019. Step 2, we'll talk a bit about software and production of videos. And then step 3 on how to actually promote your videos. And I'm going to showcase a course for that as well that can walk you through that process step by step. But I do want you to stick around. There's going to be a lot of great information and some giveaways throughout this webinar presentation. But at the end, I will give you a special offer for attending and going through this training. And if it really interests you and you want to take it to that next level and actually start putting it to work, I'm going to have a special offer that you can actually do that at the end of the presentation. So just letting you know that that is coming. But even if you don't want to take that next step with me, hopefully a lot of great information that you'll take away from this presentation. You might even come back, rewatch it, change your mind. You don't know. You don't know that. But first, a little bit about me. Who's this guy talking? I promise we'll race through this a bit. But my name is Matt Ballack. I'm here in Chicago, where we're experiencing some truly polar vortex temperatures. I think I just checked. It's warmed up to -3. So almost in the positive numbers. So I'm in Chicago, married to my beautiful wife, Bridget, now almost 10 years this year. And we actually met doing improv comedy here in Chicago. So she's incredibly funny, talented. And we have our Toby dog, was our main family member all the way up until this year, where we had our own little peanut. So that's our little man, our happy little family here in Chicago. So you know that I'm not just a marketer, some fly-by-night kind of sort, trusted by women, animals, and children alike. But more importantly, what I do is what I'm actually going to be sharing in this presentation. I got my background in the paid search and search engine optimization worlds. So I really sort of cut my teeth, as they say, driving paid and organic traffic to websites and sort of learning the ins and outs of marketing from that angle in Chicago. And around 2009, actually, when I started sort of blogging about video and SEO and how you can use search engine optimization tactics with video to actually get them to rank and drive viewership. So I started that blog as sort of a way to write about this new burgeoning industry. And that led me to bring a lot of that knowledge to agencies all around Chicago and New York and really around the world, bring some of those teachings to agencies to better incorporate video into their marketing mix. And then it was just around about 5 years ago where I decided to take those principles and just run them full time as a consultant and trainer as video SEO again. So sort of left the agency world to sort of teach and put these practices to use for businesses with a video focused, sort of video centric approach. So that's the skill set I'm bringing into the training today. And what are we going to talk about? Here's the basic overview of what we're going to be accomplishing together. Starting a video ad campaign, we have our planning phase. This is where we're going to organize any existing videos we might have. We're going to pick our video plays and we're going to plan out the videos that we're going to be creating. Pretty straightforward. I'll walk you through that process here on the webinar. Then next, we're going to take these videos and actually produce them, get them made. So we're going to select what videos we're going to want to create, select the services and tools to get them created quickly and as cheaply as possible. Because video, it doesn't have to be a long, expensive process. You can create videos on the fly and have assets ready to go in just a matter of days or hours if you're feeling like you got some time set aside. So we'll walk through that production process and show you some really cool tips and tools that you can use to speed through that. And then we go step 3, promotion. Now that we have our strategy, we have the videos, the right players in place, we're going to actually set up campaigns and start driving targeted traffic to these videos and see if they behave as how we set them up in the campaign. Will they actually drive views? Will those views turn into clicks? Will those clicks turn into customers? We shall see. But here's the actual play to put this into place. So I want to just stop for a second and ask you a question in the comments section here. What brings you to the webinar today? What's the sort of one goal or thing that you're trying to accomplish? Is it growing a business, maybe selling a course, selling a product or service, let me know in the comments, because I can always tailor these meetings or these trainings to specific industries, specific problems you're facing, or goals you're trying to achieve. So let me know in those comments. I will see them, even though I won't be able to react to them live. So back to this overview: planning, production, promotion. Let's talk about the plan. So we know that there are tons of platforms, ever growing, and video marketing is just sort of expanded everywhere. You have certainly Facebook video on LinkedIn, video on Instagram, video on Twitter. It's video everywhere all day. But the platform that I'm picking for 2019 for a play for you this year is definitely on the YouTube side. So here's why. Some of these answers could be obvious, but I just took YouTube, and let's have a little swat at it. That's the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And I think the strengths here on YouTube speak for themselves. They have a gigantic audience, billions of people coming to YouTube every day. It's also the second largest search engine after Google. So people are coming there not just to be entertained, but also to be educated. So I know I use YouTube plenty for like being a new homeowner and a even newer dad looking for any sort of tips for parenting, fixing stuff around the house, you name it. I go to YouTube for that, and so do your potential customers. So audience is gigantic on YouTube, and the cost is nothing. You can upload all the content that you can handle to YouTube. It's like a video vacuum. Anything you've got, upload it to YouTube. Doesn't cost you a penny for hosting or to get people to see it, which is the other huge strength, is accessibility. You can watch YouTube on literally any device, whether it's your desktop, laptop, computer, smart TV, your phone, your tablet, your phablet, you name it. YouTube works on it, and that's not the case for all video platforms. So this is a great one to choose to reach the broadest possible audience on whatever device that they're using. And then, of course, there's a built-in advertising platform within YouTube, so you can actually reach these billions of people in a more targeted fashion, like just the people that are interested in your industry or product or service. You can really hone in and get your video in front of these people using this baked-in advertising platform, which is killer. On the weaknesses side, you have some of your standard things. There's tons of competition on YouTube. Every other creator out there as well is uploading daily sometimes. So you can't always expect someone to just watch your content. They might veer off and go down a rabbit hole watching other YouTube creators or content that they have on there. That's always going to be a thing when you have that big of an audience, but I think it's worth that risk to get in front of the massive amount of people. And you just don't get much in the way of branding your player to make it look the way you want, or removing YouTube branding. You can't really do any of that stuff, which is fine. And you certainly don't get any kind of support. But thankfully, if your video is not uploading correctly, that's not really YouTube's problem at this point. They'll take just about any file that you give it. And then on the opportunity side, there's always new education. YouTube provides some awesome education on how to use their platform and get the most out of it. So I say, take advantage of those, and I'll be sending out a link of some of their sort of top content and places to get started. But they're also always forming new partnerships and adding new features to the platform that, as a creator, if you take advantage of them, you can really amplify your reach on the platform by just being in the know of some of these new features or partnerships taking place. So huge opportunity there. And really the only threat that marketers see is that with YouTube sort of has the audience control. They have the subscriber list. It's not necessarily like an email list that you control and you can reach whenever you want. You're sort of at the mercy of the YouTube platform. And that can be a threat for some marketers. But in the strategies that I'm going to show you here, I'm going to show you how you can take some of those viewers and siphon off the most interested ones into your own list, so that even if YouTube shut down tomorrow or your channel got shut down for some bizarre reason, you'd still have access to the audience that you've built and grown with your videos. So that's why I choose YouTube as my platform for this 2019 video marketing play. And specifically, what's the strategy? When you're thinking about your blue sky strategy in mind, I like to use the construct of a sales funnel. You might be familiar with this already. It's not something I've made up, and it's probably no surprise to you as well, but we're going from awareness, consideration, decision, all the way down to retention. So I just like to keep this construct in mind when I'm coming up with a video campaign, because I think you really do need or would like videos in each step of this funnel. Because at the very end of the funnel, you have your your goal. In this case, it's going to be a purchase of a product. That's the main goal, but I can't really expect one video to take a customer from the very top of the funnel all the way to make a purchase in one go. I mean, it's not impossible or unheard of, but it's just highly unlikely that you're going to just knock it out of the park with that first video. So I don't like to plan for it going viral or having some crazy success factor. Instead, I like to plan out my content sort of layers up. So how do I get someone from awareness to consideration? How do I get someone from consideration to that decision point and then make a purchase? Because then I can actually, optimize and work each part of this funnel, or maybe swap out content to find out what works best and drives the most people through. So first thing you can do is look at your main goal at that sort of purchase point and work your way up on what are some sort of mini goals on the way to that purchase. So for this particular example, I might have an email submission. Someone gives me their email address after they've watched an awareness piece of content. That moves them into consideration. And then maybe in this case, I'm using a webinar registration as sort of taking that next step of considering to getting a bit more serious about the potential product or service offering. So now that we have those other sort of mini goals in the funnel, I like to add a piece of educational content. And I'd say educational content is the most important content that you can be creating in 2019. YouTube's backing companies to create more educational content. They're just ravenous for it. And it's because viewers are ravenous for educational and learning content. Even think about your Google smart home hubs and more screens and devices coming up that all play YouTube videos. They all pull up YouTube videos when people ask questions. So creating videos that educate on very specific topics is going to be an awesome play for 2019. So when you're creating this piece of awareness content, we want it to be evergreen. So once we create it, it's going to continue to drive views and new engagement month after month, maybe even year after year, if done right. So with this particular video, we're going to go into full optimization mode, making sure the video is tied up and keyed in with specific keywords that we know people are searching for. We're driving the right kind of traffic to it, using the right keywords to show up as a related video on other related channels and content. Really doing everything we can to get this video ranking for our chosen keywords and really just driving engagement and awareness of our brand. From there, I'm going to really recommend another piece of educational content to continue to build that relationship, to foster that know, like, and trust factor with the customer, and show them what you're talking about, and see if they like working with you, your style of presenting, or even whatever other aspect of that consideration journey would be for your customer. And then lastly, in the decision phase, this is where we have your product video that just drives home what the product offering is, what it's expecting to do. And if someone's sort of seen all these pieces of content throughout, you'll have that nice conversion rate into your purchase. So you have sort of your foundational, your backbone videos. We have our educational content and then our product content. And then what we can do at each stage of this funnel is really drive conversions using pre-roll ads. So we'll have little short videos that sort of push people to that next goal point. So if someone's watching an awareness content, they don't go for the email submit. Maybe we show them a pre-roll ad later on down along the line with a different sort of feature benefit combination that might get them to enter their email address to learn more, or sort of raise their eyebrow about a service offering that you have. So I think it's a really simple play. These kinds of videos, you can create them really easily. And that is actually, next step is that when you have the videos, there's sort of a technology layer underneath this to make everything work. So like, how do you know a customer is in the consideration phase or the decision phase? Where are these viewers? How are we tracking them? And this is really the technology layer that I wanted to show you that we'll get into more detail down the road. But basically what we're using here is we have TubeBuddy as sort of my optimization tool of choice. You can go to vidyaseo.com/TB to get that free plugin to install. I use it to optimize my content, to research keywords, to find out what sort of how-to videos are gonna are people even looking for. And then in that middle of the funnel is where I have my sort of email marketing and marketing automation type of platforms. So I use ActiveCampaign to manage my emails, and I use Thrive Leads to manage my landing pages and my website. So I can have registration pages, landing pages, splash pages, things I can drive viewers to get them to take that next action. And using ActiveCampaign, I can then funnel those people into different email lists, or tag them as having seen certain content or visited certain pages. It's really, really powerful stuff, and it's really easy to use too. So I highly recommend ActiveCampaign for that. Into the decision phase, with this particular funnel, it's going to be a webinar registration. So I use Demio. That's what we're on right now and what you're enjoying, hopefully, with no errors or lag time, where the webinar registration is. And in this funnel, it leads to a purchase of a course. And the technology behind that is, I recommend Teachable. There's also Thinkific, which is a terrific course platform as well. I've used them in the past, but I think Teachable is another one that's just has the support, has the all the right features and pricing that you've come to know and love. So use that for the actual course fulfillment side of things and retain those customers. So that's a brief look at the tech stack, and I'll make sure you have links to all those products and services and just a little description of how they fit into this funnel. But that's going to help us actually drive these viewers to take these actions and know if it's working, know if we're getting that return on our investment with video. So that leaves us onto the production side of things, actually making videos. And I think this is where a lot of marketers and creators, maybe you've never created a video before, and this is a real sticking point. It sounds like it's going to take a long time. It's going to be too expensive. It's going to take a lot of, cooks in the kitchen, but it doesn't have to. So the main videos that we're looking to create for this campaign, I always recommend a minimum viable video. What's a good enough video that'll work to be a part of this campaign? Because even an okay video is better than no video. It's sort of like the bad pizza principle. You'd rather eat bad pizza than have no pizza at all, or at least I would. So I say, when you think of the sort of hierarchy of posts that get people's attention, whether it's on Facebook or anywhere, it's sort of the rock, paper, scissors thing here, where, what is it? Images will always beat out text posts, and videos will always beat out image posts. So even just having this minimum viable video, you're likely to get more traction, more attention from people. So it's worth putting in the effort, but you don't have to put in insane amounts of effort and money, just enough to move the needle. And that's kind of what I practice and preach, and we'll be showing you. But some quick tips here. If you're creating educational content, a free tool you can use to get started and create a video today is simply enough Google Slides. You're watching Google Slides slideshow right now as part of this webinar. You can easily add a narration track with a affordable USB microphone, and boom, you have an educational piece of content. As long as the content's good, audio quality is passable, then you have a useful piece of content you can use for this campaign. Another place you can start, if you really just don't have any eye for design or any interest in creating a presentation, is you can go to stock marketplaces. If you go to vidyaseo.com/market, you can actually just buy presentation templates ready-made. They look fantastic. Enter in your training material, your information, add your own pictures and information to it. Boom, educational video, done. Could be done in a day. Next up is your pre-roll ads. These don't have to be long scripted, like set piece type comedies. They can just be simple moving images and text, something engaging that'll get someone's attention and get them to take that next action. And what I use here is Animoto is what I recommend for creating these videos on the fly. They just render in the cloud, are ready in minutes, if that. So I believe they're actually even having a Valentine's Day sale right now to get 15% off. So I'll show you how I'll actually create those ads using Animoto. You can pick up that 15% discount from them if you go to vidyaseo.com/Animoto. That's ANIMOTO. And that will get you that 15% discount on the business package. Create all the video ads you want on the fly, even if you have no video editing experience whatsoever. I love it for creating these videos quickly, cheaply, fastly, you name it. So next we move into the video promotion side of things, where we're actually building campaigns driving targeted traffic to these videos to see if they work as expected or as intended here. Now, I know we're sort of running. We have a lot of things I still want to share with you on this particular call, so I won't go into the details, but I will say that I have a whole course already made on this, on YouTube advertising. Shows you how we set up our ad groups, how we target specific videos or channels, how to target keywords people are searching for on YouTube, all the different kinds of ad units that YouTube has. So, which are the right ones to choose for this campaign or that campaign. Cover all of that in this one course that's already available. You can watch it on demand and see how the whole interface works. That is available at Vidi Academy, my new training center. That's VIDI Academy. So that's really the whole overarching process. Like I said, we're planning out our video strategy, kind of organizing the videos that we're going to want to make, moving them into production, creating them quickly and on the cheap, hopefully, and then crafting our promotion campaigns and pushing some budget through it. So we're driving the right kind of viewers to our videos and seeing if they're moving through the funnel in the way we've had set up in our campaign strategy. So that's everything for the 2019 Video Marketing Playbook. This is a play that I'm putting into play and doing right now. And this is where the sort of special offer side of things comes into play, because I'm going to be walking through this entire process step by step live. And I would love to have you join me as part of this journey and part of this process. So I'm selling a season 1 pass right now. So you can go to vidseo.com/video ads live, and I will be putting that link into the description. But what we're doing here is just walking through every one of these steps. See me do it. I call it the look over the shoulder view of the course, because we're going to get into the tools themselves and go through the planning, production of videos, creation of the campaign. We're going to put real money against this promotion campaign and drive viewers and keep these fingers crossed that it works. And it's going to work. And if it doesn't work the first time, we're going to fix it and it's going to work. And you can be there live, see the whole process unfold in front of you. And actually, you sort of did see the first part already. That particular funnel, those particular videos, the 2 educational videos, product videos, and pre-roll ads, that's exactly the strategy I'm going to be putting into place and move into that production phase if you'll join me for this video ads live experience. Get to see me make the videos, set up the campaigns, and promote them. But wait, as they say, that's not all. So granted, this is a process that I would charge clients, a done for you to create all these videos, set up the campaigns, run budget through it, everything. That would be starting at $3,000 minimum for a sort of all done for you campaign. And that would clearly scale if you have more videos or you're putting more budget through it to drive traffic. So I understand that that's usually not a service offering that's in the realm of a business starting out, or new consultants, trainers, coaches, people creating courses. They don't have the confidence to maybe drop that amount of money into a whole campaign. But watching me do it live will help you get through this whole process for just a fraction of what it would cost to have me do it. You can just watch me do it better yourself. So for this webinar special, this is all part of, like I said, my new training academy, Vidi Academy, VIDIACADEMY. That was really tough for me to spell out without seeing it. So that's Vidi Academy, and I'm actually offering a webinar special today. And here's everything that you're going to get if you use the coupon code VORTEX, because that's right, it is a polar vortex right now in Chicago. And so for the rest of this month, I'm going to offer, I think, a 65% off. What you'll get, access to Video Ads Live Season 1 in progress. So you'll progress with me, watch me go through all the steps to creating this campaign that you just saw. You'll also get immediate access when you sign up to my 2 top courses, together a $300 value. You'll get the YouTube Optimization Masterclass. You'll also get my YouTube Advertising course. So you can just get a head start learning the platform before I start jumping in live and creating and mixing up this new campaign. So you get access to all of them with coupon code VORTEX, 65% off. And let me show you. And here we are. So this is the link I put in the chat, vidseo.com/video ads live. There's dashes in there. You shouldn't have to bother. There should be a link right in the chat or right near this video if you're watching this as a pre-recorded session. But what I'm offering here is just a chance to watch me build this video campaign from the ground up. So join in the adventure, pick up some new tips, tools, and strategies you can apply to your business. So like I said, this is an over-the-shoulder view of the planning, the video production, and the promotion of this content through YouTube. And here's why I think you should come along for the ride is, first and foremost, you can apply these tactics directly to your business, because the campaign I'm building as part of this training, it can be modified to work in any industry that I can think of. So unless you stump me with some business I've never even fathomed, in which case I'll give you your money back if I think your business wouldn't be impacted by this strategy. Then you'll be able to apply these tactics directly to your business by making a couple tweaks to the campaign to have it suit your purposes, suit your audience. Another great part about doing this live and having people along for the ride is that you get a chance to see the platforms as they are today. This is not a 2-year-old course where the user interface is totally different. So you're spending your time like, wait, the audience button not there. Where did they move this? We're just actually running through setting up ad campaigns, using all these different tools as they are now, as they work now. So when you go to do it, everything's going to look the same way it looks for me and should work as expected. I think that's a huge benefit of being part of the whole live experience. And also, you obviously get to learn from any mistakes I make, because I'm planning on knocking this out of the park, but there will be things that don't work or that don't work right away, but we'll make changes to the campaign. We'll maybe make changes to the content, and we'll get it working. And you'll have the benefit of seeing some of those mistakes and areas that I tweaked to get better results. And then when you set up your own campaign or take this information and run with it, then you'll avoid those pitfalls. You'll avoid making those same mistakes, and you'll get to these same results faster than you could ever do on your own, I'd like to say. So you can hear what some of my students have to say, but what you'll get when joining today is, like I said, you get on the ground floor as new live sessions begin, and then each live session is then added to the course to rewatch later. So you're getting almost a work journal of all the work put in to get this campaign running, and by the end of the campaign, we'll have a working video marketing campaign driving sales, driving revenue, and you'll be there to have seen every step of the process and apply it to your business. So you can get your season pass, and as with everything, this is a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. So if you, after 30 days, you're just not satisfied with the live sessions, you're not going to be putting this to use. If you're not going to be happy, if you don't think you can put this to work and find some value in joining me in this journey, then you can have your money back. We shouldn't be bothering each other. But I think if you do make this investment, you're going to get so much out of it, and you're even going to get access to 2 of my top courses immediately. I think it pays for itself as soon as you join me live. So you can do that with the link in your chat. Click to get your season pass. Because of the polar vortex, I am slashing these prices, just like I am, not slashing anything other than these prices, because it's too cold to slash anything else. So you're getting 65% off the original price, video ads live, for only $68.25. Such an oddly low price, but you're also getting not just access to this season 1 in progress, but access to my YouTube optimization and YouTube advertising full courses, a $300 value on its own. Not to even consider the massive value of seeing me walk through this whole process live for under 70 bones. This is a great opportunity to get in the door early. As the season progresses, more live episodes are added. We maybe move into different phases. Prices will go up as more content is added to the season. But by getting your season pass now, this is the earliest and the cheapest that you can get in the door. And I promise you, it's going to be worth the ride. You're going to learn a lot, and it's going to be us live, just like we are now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. I'm going to leave the chat open for questions, but I'm not going to keep you guys on the line for that much longer.